Hey friends, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a little unboxing. And I am very excited about this unboxing because I feel like this bag may tick all the boxes that I need for a wicker summer bag. Now, if you are not familiar with the saga of the Mini Wicker Capucines strap fiasco, I guess is sort of what we're calling it, I will link a playlist up in the corner here so you can catch up and watch everything. And actually, I'm going to give a tiny little update because both me and one of you have had some similar information given to them, and just in the spirit of giving everybody all the info, I just thought I would give you yet another update. I thought I was done because I sent the bag back. But anyway, so I will start with that and then we'll get into this really fun unboxing. So as a very brief recap, if you don't know what happened and you don't want to go back and watch the videos, I bought the Louis Vuitton Mini Capucines in the wicker. This was the first year they came out with the Mini. They've done the BB for the past 2 years. This is the third year, and they added the Mini, which was a dream come true for me. I almost bought the BB last year when I was in Spain and realized that it would just sit on my shelf because it was too big for me to wear crossbody. And I said during that video, and I said to my mom on that trip, if they made that bag in a Mini, I would swipe my card immediately. Well, lo and behold, Louis Vuitton heard my prayers and came out with a Mini this spring, and I was over the moon excited. I purchased it, I got it, the strap kept falling off, or the bag kept falling off the strap. I don't know, however you want to say that. So initially I thought it was just a faulty bag. So I immediately reached out to my client advisor, told her, look, I have an issue. It's coming, it's fallen off 4 times now, and I need to exchange it. She was luckily able to order me another one. I returned the first one. She sent me the second one. You guessed it, it had the same problem. While I was trying on that second one, I actually caught the bag literally in the midst of how it was coming off. And I realized that it was a flawed design in how Louis Vuitton made the size of the lobster claw clasp in relation to the D-ring that it hooked onto. I think it also may have had to do with the positioning of the D-ring that it was on. But anyway, I told them it was an issue. They worked with Paris. They were going to replace the hardware. And so I sent in my strap, but kept the bag. So in the meantime, she sent me my old strap back, and then she got the new strap there. She sent that to me, and unfortunately, as you guys saw, the new strap, the hardware was the exact same lobster claw. It might have been a tiny bit heavier. In other words, the spring, I think, was maybe a tiny bit stronger. However, it could still happen. And I showed you guys on camera multiple times how it could still happen. It's size. It really has to do with the relation to the size of the D-ring to the size of the clasp. So I reached out to her and I said, look, I said, you were right. She had a feeling that it was the same clasp, but because she didn't have my original strap still, she couldn't compare them. And I said, I'm gonna send the bag back. And she was very kind, was absolutely phenomenal, sent me another return label. I had all of the original packaging because I kept it because I wasn't quite sure what was gonna happen. And so I sent it back. Well, the day that it was received back, I got a message from my client advisor saying, hey, the strap that we sent you is really not the fix. So apparently, her operations manager had been talking with Paris again, and they were coming up with a new clasp design, is my understanding. And she wanted to know, she's like, I know how much you love the bag. Before I return it, do you want to wait and see what happens with that strap? She said, my operations manager really wants to talk to you, so let me know a time when you're available. So I said, anytime after whatever it was, 7:30 that night. They're on the West Coast, so I knew that wasn't going to be too late for them. And so that night, I talked with the operations manager, and she told me, she said, look, the strap is going to be here on Friday. She said, if you want, we can just hold on to the bag, not return it, and see what comes in. It's totally up to you. I understand if you are just over it, but wanted to let you know because Jade, who's my client advisor, said, you love this bag so much. And I said, I do. I said, but let me sleep on it. Let me think about it. And of course, I reached out to Emily, asked her opinion. And in the meantime, or actually I should say prior to that, so I think the weekend before, so I sent it back, I think it was a Friday, and so it was Tuesday when they received it because it was 2-day air. And on the weekend, Jenny, who some of you may know, she makes the bases for the Birkin and the Kelly and the Picotin. So I think she's working on some other styles as well, but it's to prevent that frown that they do. Anyway, Jenny had reached out because she had bought the bag and she was having the same issues. And she said, so this is before I had the call and the text from Louis Vuitton on Tuesday. She said, hey, my client advisor is saying that they're doing something different. I'm getting a new strap in. She's like, I don't know if it's the interim strap, because she saw my video. She's like, I don't know if it's the one you just got or if it's actually the actual fix. And so I said, well, absolutely let me know, please. So anyway, so I knew that that was a thing, but I didn't know that my client advisor and that her operations manager were going to investigate any more because I had already shipped the bag back and I had let her know that I had shipped it back. So I was surprised when she reached out on that Tuesday. So I did sleep on it. I decided on Wednesday. You guys know I have a lot going on in my life right now. I was just over it. I just wanted my money back. I had already sort of thought just that's more money for me to spend in Paris, and I'll just wait until next year. Hopefully they will have fixed it, etc. Well, I don't know what happened with that strap because I did message the operations manager back and say, thank you so much. I really appreciate your offer, but I just think I'm going to pass and I'll wait until next year. And both when I spoke to her on the phone as well as via text, I raved about the customer service that Jade provided. I said she's been fantastic through this whole thing. This is absolutely no fault of hers. She's been amazing. So I did then follow up with Jenny because I hadn't heard from her. Well, she had been out of town apparently when the strap was delivered. And so she did get back to me a couple days ago, and not shockingly, her strap was the same as my, I guess, what we're calling now the interim strap. So we're still waiting for Jenny to get her real strap because Jenny is going to keep the bag, or at least I think Jenny is going to keep the bag, depending, I guess, on maybe what this end result strap is. So hopefully I will then also have a final, did they really get it right eventually? I wish it didn't take 17 iterations and things because it just puts a sour taste in your mouth. But anyway, so that is the latest update on the strap fiasco, but I think that I may have scratched the itch that I need. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I will never buy a Louis Vuitton Wicker Capucines because I do still think it is stunning, and we'll look at this bag, but from the pictures and my knowledge of the bag, because I do have a different version of it, I think this may be it, and it is a heck of a lot cheaper. All right, let's get into this. So here she is. As you can see, this is from JW Pei, and as a reminder, I have this bag from JW Pei. And as a very quick reminder, I actually bought this bag before they announced the Mini Wicker Capucine that it was coming. And even though this is in a linen-y fabric, linen twill on the bottom with the faux leather, it looked enough to me. It had the look that I was going for, right? And it gives this mini Kelly-esque vibe, but clearly it's not even a dupe. You only have this one sangle and it's got a different clasp on it, and you don't even have to undo the clasp. And anyway, so I really thought this could be a great, just a fun little summer bag if I didn't want to be using my Prada re-edition in the raffia. So I had bought this one. Well, it comes, by the way, in probably 7 or 8 different colors of leather, and it comes in some other types of fabrications. It comes in, like I said, that kind of linen one. It also comes, I'll flash a picture up here, in canage pattern. So if you've seen a cane back chair and the caning that they use on it, that tan cane, that they have a bag that looks like that. And they also have this one. So let's see what I got. Take the bag off. This only took maybe a week to get here. They do ship from China. So it comes in this kind of silk bag here that says JW Pei on it. And we will undo the bag, or the dust bag, the knot. I can get, oh my, there we go. I think, you guys, if you didn't want to spend Wicker Capucines money, I think this is your bag. Because this bag, I believe, was $107. Are you ready? Are you joking me? Look at this bag. It's not the exact shape of the Capucines. Again, it still has more of a, it's interesting, it's slightly different shape. It is definitely taller. I have a feeling it has to do with the rigidity of the wicker. But look at this. That's interesting. This goes through these little loops. We'll have to see how that works because it looks like it clam shells, which if you've seen some of the Fendi hard-sided wicker peekaboos, they do the same thing where they open like that. Here's the back. There's the other side. You've got your top handle, and it does come with a crossbody strap. We'll get that out. It does have feet on the bottom. So, all right. Question is, I obviously can't open it with this through. So does that mean every time I open the bag, I have to do this? That would not be ideal. So here she is. Oh, so she really accordions out. So here's the strap. We'll come back to her in a second. So here she is. She's really roomy inside. Now, obviously, these bags, you have to play around with how you put your things in. I think people find the same issue with the petite malle, is you have to place things accordingly, because as you see, these gussets on the side come in, and so you can't put something really long here because it's going to block when this comes in. So you really have something, let me squeeze it together. So you could put something long back here. So my phone, I'm sure, will fit back there. You could put something here. I can put probably my sunglasses, etc., and I'll do a quick what fits. And then you could put something, maybe lip products or something standing upright, but you can only be like this wide. So it's got these little things here. Let's see if I take those out. We're gonna experiment here. As you guys know, I don't undo that one, and that's what I love about it, right? Because it just has these, it has snaps, or not snaps, magnets here. So on my other one, I keep that closed like this, and then I just lift it. Now I don't know if that's, okay. So, and if I put it down, you don't even really see those. I wonder if honestly, I could probably just cut those off, because I'm never going to use those, because I'm just going to do that. And then obviously you get into the bag. It does have one slip pocket back here as well. I don't know what I would use that for, maybe a hotel room key or, but oh my gosh, how cute. All right, and then as you can see, it comes with a crossbody removable adjustable strap. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes here. You can see there. All right, let me go grab a few things and we'll see what fits. So I brought a plethora of things to try here. So I've got some Louis Vuitton sunglasses here. What are these ones called? The grease ones that have the monogram in the lens in a soft case, which is what I always carry sunglasses in my bags. I brought just my flat card holder. I brought my 6-ring key holder, even though I don't use that anymore, but I thought we could try that. Brought my Bottega card holder, which is what I'm using right now. And then I also brought something a little bit bigger. This is my Lisa wallet that I got in Paris in 23. And then I brought just a lip product. So, all right. And I also have a case for my phone so I can show you what that looks like. All right, so I'm gonna open that up and I'm going to put my phone, maybe, let's stick it in the back here. So if we open it up, I can definitely fit it. So it fits along in the back there and you can see. So that's why I'm talking about there. Oh, there, now you can see it. How you sort of have to work with the space on either side of those gussets and then in the middle. So in the middle there, you could obviously put this 6-ring key holder, and then let's see, if I put, so I'm trying my Bottega, so got the Bottega down there and this standing up, and as you can see, it does close, the sides come together. Now, I don't think I could get my sunglasses if I did that, so let's try fitting this upright. So actually that does fit in the middle, standing up. Let's try, my sunglasses go. My sunglasses in that front part. So the sunglasses are, whoops, sorry. Sunglasses are, goodness gracious, hard to hold this, are down there. I could, I don't know where my AirPods are, but certainly my AirPods could go there, and then I could stick this lippy on top. Now you do need to be careful as you start filling this upwards. It's gonna get harder to close. I can, and it is, that the magnets, that is closed. I probably wouldn't do that. So I probably wouldn't stick that lippy there. I could actually, I wonder if I could fit the lippy on the side of my sunglasses. So that's that. So I fit it next to my sunglasses. That actually works a little bit better. I'm not gonna go through the different, I guess we could try the Lisa wallet. I wonder if the Lisa wallet would fit. Let's take this out and see, well, so there is the Lisa wallet in the middle. She's just barely the right height there. Let's see, actually, it closes again. So there you are. You guys, you could fit quite a bit in here. It's very deceiving, I think. Because of this strap, it helps keep it closed. And then, like I said, you don't have to undo this. All right, let me do some mod shots and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so here is what she looks like crossbody. Come a little closer so you guys can see. She sits really comfortably on the body, no issues. And then obviously take her off, wear her stand back so you can see. Just wear her handheld, can put her on the crook of the arm. I think this is amazing. So what do you think, guys? I think that this is an amazing alternative to the Mini Wicker Capucines. And $107, excuse me? So what is that? I'm not gonna try to do that math, but with tax, and I don't even think I had to pay tax on, maybe I did, so maybe it was like 115 or something like that with tax. Honestly, you guys, it gives the same look. I understand it's not exactly the same, and I'm not saying it's exactly the same, but if you are going for a similar look, I don't think you can make a mistake with this. Or again, if it's something that you want to try, do you like having a very hard-sided bag like this, right? This is a very structured bag, as is the Mini Wicker Capucines. So maybe give this one a try for the rest of the summer, see how much you like it. And if you love it, you love the style, then maybe buy the Mini Wicker next year when it comes out. Hopefully they will have fixed the issue and we will not have to go through this jumping through hoops and strap fiasco thing anymore. They will have, like I said, solved that problem. But I think this is absolutely fantastic. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know, what are your thoughts about this Mini Wicker Capucine alternative? Heck of a buy on that. I will obviously have it linked below for you. I know several of you have purchased this bag. This one I think is more akin to the Mini Kelly dimensions or proportions, and then this one to me is a little more the proportions of the Capucine. So anyway, as I said, I will have both linked below. They're all, I think, it's all one listing. It is called the Elise, that's the name of the style, and this is the Elise Natural Rattan Weaving Handbag in brown rattan. And you can see under that listing, you'll be able to see that cane one that I mentioned, that canage woven one, as well as many leather options, or faux leather options, I should say, at this price. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, I am really trying to get to 6,000 subscribers before I go to Paris, which now is T-minus 6 weeks or 7 weeks, something like that. Not very far away. We're going in August. So if you can help me out with that, I would really appreciate it. All you need to do is click the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way, every time I upload a video, it is completely free to you to subscribe to a YouTube channel. So if you wouldn't mind, I would really appreciate it. If you want to keep on watching, there'll be another one over here in the corner. And wherever you are, I hope you're having an amazing day or evening. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.